Hey there, how you doing? Shoot, what's going on? Hope all of you have been well. I've been gone for a long time, and all of a sudden here I am on After Prison Show at that. You're probably wondering where I've been. Maybe you don't care. You're probably wondering what am I doing here on After Prison Show? Joe, you look like you're kind of dressed up for work. A lot to share, and hopefully this turns into a video that I do end up sharing with you guys, and is a video that answers some questions. I want to start with this first and foremost. I'm over here on After Prison Show. Probably should be over on Joe Does Stuff, but currently I'm locked out of that account. Forgot the passwords. Can't remember the answer to the security questions. They make that thing pretty hard to... I probably should have wrote all that stuff down. So yeah, I'm locked out of Joe Does Stuff. I've been wanting to come back to do videos. And maybe I had it all wrong to start with. Maybe I should have... Oh, cool. Good deal. Okay, great. I'll see you there. Thank you. Huh. All right, look. Let me start this a little better. I took a major break from social media altogether, from After Prison Show, from Joe Does Stuff, from everything. Facebook. I kind of went I went radio silent on the internet because I got burnt out, one. I don't know. I don't know how to best explain it. I felt like the content that I was creating just wasn't even that damn good. You know, you think about After Prison Show, what I was doing over there. I was doing a lot of prison-related news stories. I was doing ASMR prison skits, and I did enjoy those. But, you know, the prison-related news stories, my heart just wasn't in that. And then I was, you know, trying to showcase so much of what was going on outside of After Prison Show over on Joe Does Stuff, and I felt like I was doing that all wrong, and I made the decision to just take a break from the internet. Now, throughout the course of that break, I've watched tons of videos all over the place, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram. I don't use TikTok, maybe I should. But, you know, I've looked at so many damn videos of all sorts of just different things, and I see people who are enjoying creating videos, and for a time, it wasn't enjoyable for me. And I guess it was because it was boring. And let me clarify that a little bit better. I felt like the videos I was creating were boring. For example, over on Joe Does Stuff, it was a lot of not flip houses, I wish it was, but it was a lot of the painting business, and it just seemed monotonous, the stuff that I was showcasing. Hey, we're painting this apartment. It's pretty much the same as the last apartment that we painted. You know, I wasn't able to make that as exciting as I wanted that to be. So between getting burnt out, deciding I need to take a break, feeling like the content that I was creating just wasn't good, you know, I stepped away. And while stepping away, I missed this quite a bit. And I would be made to miss this. There were people who would come up to me throughout the course of it's been maybe 6 months since the last video that I've made. There would be people who would come up to me sporadically all over the place, whether it be Lowe's or whether it be just out and about at properties, who would recognize me from After Prison Show. And in those moments, that was pretty cool. And that caused me to miss this even more. So I made the decision a while back that I wanted to come back to this. I wanted to come back to creating content, because for the longest time, I really enjoyed creating content. And I try to understand like what went wrong, what caused me to not enjoy it anymore. And well, I figured that out as well. And truth be told, it was this damn painting business that's still going to this very day. I've got paint in my van. Don't mind those napkins right there, but I got paint in my van getting set up for a job that we have tomorrow. I've got some guys working today. I'm going to share about the painting business in this video. But the painting business sucked the life out of me, so to speak. And the biggest reason for that was because I had invested so much into the painting business that I decided I really need to focus on that. And that's what I did. So throughout the course of the 6 months that I've been gone, I've been working my ass off with the painting business. And there were bouts of time, good periods of time where we were doing really, really good with that. Spoiler, currently, and actually for the last couple of months now, last 2 months for certain, we have not been doing good at all. And in fact, even more on that, we've lost so much work. The reason why we've lost so much work is not because of the quality of work that we've been doing, it's because of the pricing. Our price was always higher than our competitors, and sometimes not even by much, and sometimes it was quite a bit more because we were doing quite a bit more work than just going into apartments and painting them. We're doing tons of drywall repairs, we're doing priming if priming's needed, we're doing all sorts of stuff in these units. But long story short, with the painting business, things got bad. And I got depressed. Maybe I'm borderline still kind of depressed, like I don't even really know. I got burnt out with that too. I'm not quitting the painting business. I need to emphasize that. I know there's been a lot of business venture ideas that I've had on AfterPrisonShow, as a matter of fact. Sorry, I was looking at an email that came through. There's been a lot of different business ventures that I've had that I've tried to do that I've just, abandoned and quit. And with this one, I don't want to do that. I wish I could sit here and share with you guys that things are, great in the painting world and in the painting industry and with the painting business, but they're not. And I've learned so much throughout this time, this 2.5 years that I've been doing the painting business now, that aren't really that great, like these lessons that I've learned. And I'll share with you briefly just a few things. Painters are a dime a dozen. Everybody's got a painting business. Everybody's got, tons of experience painting. I've learned that from countless people who I've tried to work with in the past. The guys that I currently have right now, I've got four guys, 5 if you include myself, have been with me for the longest time. They've been with me, some have been with me since the beginning of this thing, or close to it. But the painting industry, probably like a lot of the other construction industry, is not glamorous by no stretch of the imagination. And in fact, whether we're talking about apartments, which is referred to in the painting industry as bottom of the barrel work, or residential, I learned that in most cases, people want the cheapest. I've got stories that I want to share with you guys of these lessons that I've learned with this business. I don't want this to come across as complaining. I'm grateful to have learned these things that I have, and I'm still trying to make this thing work. But honestly, I don't know that it will. And whether it does or it doesn't, I want to get back to creating videos. Because I'm locked out, if Joe does stuff, I'm going to be creating those videos here on After Prison Show. Now, what kind of videos am I going to create? Because I had mentioned that in the, when I was doing videos 6 months ago, I wasn't enjoying doing the prison-related news story. I wasn't enjoying that. I wasn't enjoying sharing with you and showcasing the same monotonous paintwork day in and day out and complaining about that or complaining about people. Like, I've learned lessons from these videos as well. I like to believe that I've humbled myself. I've been humbled by this painting business. I'm grateful for this painting business, for the opportunity to work anytime that we do have work. But I can tell you that this thing is not easy. It's not easy to succeed in business. And in the 2.5 years that I've been doing the painting business, I don't think that I've been successful with this. But it's a lesson learned, an expensive lesson at that. So what kind of videos am I going to create? Well, I want to share with you my life again. I even had an idea, thinking about getting back into doing videos, and knowing that I was going to be doing those videos here on After Prison Show, I even thought about doing a series here on After Prison Show called the After Business Show. Because this is not my first attempt at filming a video kind of welcoming myself back, or better yet, explaining to you guys my leave of absence and where I've been and what's been going on with that. Yeah, this is not the first attempt at me trying to film this video. This is like the 3rd or 4th attempt. And every time that I would film a video, I just would second guess it and feel like, that's not good enough, or I missed these talking points that I want to mention. And, I was putting a lot of pressure on myself to explain what the hell's been going on and why I haven't been here. But I think I'm just going to take this thing as it comes and not put so much damn pressure on myself to perform on video. For the longest time, for about 5 years, I had a great run on YouTube. After Prison Show was just awesome. And even though it had a lot of drama with working with people and trying to help people, and a lot of that drama was my own damn fault, it was still a great run that we had. Probably could have done it a lot better. That's another business venture right there that, maybe I just suck at business. Maybe that's what it is. But getting back to the whole After Business Show idea, throughout the few times that I had filmed or attempted to film videos, trying to get back into this, that's what it was feeling like. It was feeling like no matter what, this business has failed because we lost all of our work. And the work that we're doing now and the work that we've been doing in February and in January is when it really started to fall apart. Properties were only calling us for the worst of the worst units, basically full rehabs. And we welcomed that. Hell, I didn't care. Those were up charges. We were able to charge way more for those units, and nothing astronomical. Probably prices that were still too low in comparison to the work that we were doing. But slowly but surely, these properties would just stop using us for regular paints because, there's always somebody cheaper. And again, we weren't the cheapest. So a lesson that I learned with this business was, if you want to succeed, it seems like the only way that you can really do so, painting at least, is you got to be the cheapest guy. And like I said, I've got stories that I could share with you guys about just shit that we've gone through trying to keep this thing going. But again, getting back to that whole after business idea, I think about the type of content that I can create now. And how do I make it prison related to a certain degree? Well, I don't know necessarily that I can. I am After Prison Show after all, me amongst so many others that I introduced you to. But I'm a guy who separated from prison by like 10 years at this point, who is still trying to find his freaking way out here. And every time I think I've got this great idea, it never works out. Maybe it works out for a little while, but in the long run, it doesn't work out. So when I think about, how can I make this content relevant here on After Prison Show? Well, there's probably countless guys who come home from prison with a grandiose idea that they're going to start a business after prison. And man, the things that I could share with you are probably invaluable for people like that, with that idea that they're going to start a business. And I'm not sitting here saying that I've got like answers. I've got the golden ticket for how you can succeed. But I can certainly share with you things that I have seen, things that I have tried to succeed that have not worked. And it could be maybe eye-opening. I don't want to make it seem like you can't do it. There's ways that you can do it. But the way that I've gone about trying to do it, especially with apartments, especially with a painting business, just haven't worked. And to, share a little bit more about like how I've tried to do it. I've tried to scale this thing. I've tried to scale this thing with a bunch of guys working and trying to do the most possible work. Well, for a while, we got up to doing, the most that we ever got up to doing was 6 units in a day. And we didn't do that every day. We would do that a handful of days. But when you scale this thing and you've got all these guys, then you start to feel responsible for these guys. So when work starts to trickle off, you're really, I really began stressing like, oh my God, how am I going to keep these guys working? And the way that I would do it would be to put 4 guys in one unit where I would make next to nothing, if not even lose a little. And think to myself, okay, well, we'll make it up tomorrow because tomorrow we've got more work. There's just so many lessons that I feel like I could share with you guys, and I want to be able to share with you guys. I want to get back to doing this. I've missed this. If I didn't do anything else right after prison, hello?
Yeah, you on this dirt road?
Yes.
Okay, I'm at the stop sign right here. It says stop in the middle of the road.
Yep.
Which one's in it? Which one is it? Is it a van?
Yeah, it's a white van. There's 2 ladders on top of it, and then I'm going to be in a F-250, a white F-250. I'm about to be pulling up there in 1 minute.
Okay, let me see. I'm just trying to find it real quick. Is it reverse park then?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I see it. Thank you.
All right, I'll see you in a minute. Bye. That's another thing I got to share with you guys. I lost the keys to my freaking van, and I got a locksmith. I got locked out of Joe Does stuff, and I lost the keys to my van. I have not been having a very good run of things. If I haven't done anything else right, I feel like I did After Prison Show right for at least a period of time. So let me go meet with this locksmith real quick, and then I want to share some more with you guys in just a couple of minutes. So sit tight. I'll be right back. This little key right here, $425 that I was not looking forward to taking a hit like that for. Hey, I learned something today, though. I learned that any vehicle over a 2007 has a chip in the key. And the man tried to cut the key with no chip, just cut a regular key from my van. And my van's got an anti-theft thing on it, so it has to have the chip. He told me it was going to be $275 plus $90 if it needed the chip, and it was going to be $185 if it didn't need the chip. And I was like, okay, all right, that's terrible, but that's not too bad, I guess. And then I get the bill and it's $425, and the rest of it was the service charge, and I'm like, oh my Lord. So yeah, I just got smoked right there. I feel like I've been getting smoked a lot lately. So anyways, hey, getting back to this video, right? Feels good to be back. Feels good to be filming again. Not gonna lie, when I was filming a couple of times prior to this, I was really feeling shy with the camera, so people would be driving by and I'd be like, I don't want them to see me filming. But it does feel good to be talking to this camera again and trying to figure out a way to come back. Figuring out what I'm gonna do coming back. And like I said, sharing about lessons that I've learned with the business is one of those ways. Other ways are just sharing my life. You know, I've seen other prison-related YouTube channels or other prison-related people, not even on YouTube, but just other places like Instagram, for example, and they're sharing their lives, you know? I want to share my life with you again. Oh, and another thing to mention. You know, I took a break. Like 6 months I was away from doing videos. I got burnt out, you know, I wasn't feeling like the content that I was doing was worth a damn. But another reason that I wanted to take a break, there's a guy riding by right there looking at me. Guess what? I'm filming a video. You know, another reason I stepped away from all of this was because of my son. I really was questioning doing videos, and you know, when my son gets old enough to see these videos, you know, what is he going to think of me? And that was really playing negatively in my mind. But I've turned that thinking around, and I hope that when my son is old enough to understand that his father made videos on the internet, and who knows, you know, where things are by the time he's that old. Maybe YouTube's not even around anymore. I hope that he sees that I've tried to do the best that I can do to be a successful person, especially after so much of my life not being a successful person. But I don't know. I want to make videos again. I hope that you'll rock with me with these videos. I'm sure you guys are going to have a lot of things to say. I welcome anything that you do have to say. And I hope you'll be excited to see me come back and to see what comes next. Now, also, real quick to mention before I wrap this video up, I'm not going to make this super long. A little bit of a story to share with you guys real quick for the next video that I'm getting ready to share with you. So like I had mentioned, I filmed like a video like this a handful of times. Well, just recently, as a matter of fact, it was actually this past Friday, I went out to my van prior to me losing the key. I go out to my van, and my van has been rummaged through. And not only rummaged through, but this time they stole all of my damn tools. They stole $1,800 or $1,500 or $1,200. I don't know exactly what the numbers are. Somewhere between $1,200 and $1,800 worth of all of my DeWalt tools. I've been having a rough time of it as of late. I went to my van and I noticed that the damn door was ajar a little bit, and then I went to the side of the van. I wasn't even thinking much of it. I went to the side of the van. My toolbox was laying right by the ground. I'm not going to tell you this full story. There's a video that's coming next about this, and when I tell you that this shit is crazy, well, I like to believe that it's pretty damn crazy. But it has been unbelievably tough for me lately, these last 2 months especially. And I'm not giving up. I'm still going to try to do the best that I can do with this business. I'm going to make another video and share with you more about this business and what's been going on, and, you know, maybe some lessons and maybe some insightful stuff to anybody who might be thinking about starting a business. If you're thinking about starting a business, let me give you a word to the wise. Do not start a painting business. You know, when I was doing After Prison Show, there was a period of time where I was jealous. I don't want to say jealous, but I was a hater for all the other competing prison-related YouTube channels. And who was I to be that, really? Everybody deserves an opportunity to share their story, and good for anybody who's doing, you know, really well with that. Look at Wes Watson now. This dude is killing the game. Good for him. But when I was doing the painting business, yo, competitors are a freaking dime a dozen. I could, any given day, today as a matter of fact, I passed by at least 3 or 4 different painters. I also went to Sherwin-Williams, so I saw a million of them there too. I've made a lot of mistakes with YouTube. I've probably made a lot of mistakes with painting as well. But you take those mistakes and you try to learn from them and do better. So here I am again, making a video for YouTube with hopes that I'm going to do better, one way or another. You know, I'm always thinking and always trying to reinvent the wheel, so to speak. Hopefully I'm able to do that here on YouTube. And hopefully I'm able to do that with my painting business as well. I want to be able to do both. I don't want to give up on either one. I had the wrong dream, Georgie, like Diego in that movie Blow told George Young when they were sitting in prison together. You had the wrong dream, George. I think the painting business was the wrong dream, but here we are. And nonetheless, we're going to keep on trying. I'm going to wrap this up. I hope some kind of a way this was a video you enjoyed. I hope also I was able to address some questions. Or I guess, you know, the only question, like, where have I been and why have I been gone? I haven't gotten in any trouble or anything like that. I think I saw some comments that said, you know, did Joe get locked up again? It's been no trouble. I've been doing just fine, kind of. Trying to do the best that I can, business-wise and family-wise as well. And, you know, to speak even further about my family is doing great. My son is doing great. He's 14 months old this month. He'll be 15 months old this month, as a matter of fact. And he is the light of my world. He is my reason for everything. I look at that little boy's face all day and think to myself, I have got to figure it out, because this painting, this is a tough, cutthroat industry. And you know what, the YouTube thing can be as well too. So maybe there's a little bit of similarities there, but regardless, here I am, and I hope you enjoy seeing me again. And I'll look forward to sharing more with you guys real soon. Until then, take care.